You're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Big up to my good vibes you send me. Make sure you are showing up for yourself and loving yourself to infinity and beyond. We may have a couple of trigger warnings today. I hope it's not too bad, just to let you know. Now let us get into the video. Indeed we shall. Pay a like, pay a comment, pay a sub, pay attention. Let's get it.
1. Keep your fucking mouth shut. 2. Do not tell people your plans until they materialize. 3. Never expect to get what you give. 4. Every day you get up, be better. 5. Be grateful for everything that you have. 6. Sometimes what you're holding on to is the one thing you need to let go of. 7. If you want to buy things without looking at the price tag, stop watching the fucking clock and work your ass off. 8. God puts people in your life for one reason. 9. The moment you start to achieve success, the devil is going to come knocking on your fucking door. 10. You're going to always upset people when you do what's best for you.
I know that's right. And he left no crumbs.
Did you know that international phone calls are illegal in North Korea? And only a select few citizens are allowed to use the internet. It's also illegal for ordinary North Koreans to own a cell phone. If they find out that you have a cell phone just to call your family, you risk 2 to 3 years in jail time.
Someone smuggled a cell phone out of North Korea. So North Korea banned the internet, basically. They have like their own internet, but there's no way to see what's happening outside North Korea. But their phones, it's a smartphone, but it has basically nothing on it. But they do it to where if you text certain things, it changes the word. So one of them, I guess a very popular term in South Korea is like brother, but it's like, yo, dude, or like whatever. And when you type in brother on that phone, it autocorrects it to comrade. And then it has like a notification that says you can only use this word when referring to someone in your family. And then if you type in South Korea, it switches to puppet state.
They're literally controlling speech, like the words you use.
Yeah. But what it also does is every 5 minutes, it takes a screenshot of your phone and stores it in a folder on your phone that you can't look at. Only the authorities can look at it.
Oh, man.
So it showed like this whole folder of screenshots, but it was like blurred out. And then like authorities have access to look at the screenshots.
When something gets texted or sent, they get flagged and they can go through it immediately.
Yeah.
Well, there's just a digital middleman in every conversation now.
Yeah, I believe it. I so believe it.
Yeah, and later on, they're definitely going to be controlling certain things, like especially when things go awry. Like they'll have to control certain info or ways of speech.
Yeah.
Y'all believe that? I'm not sure if I believe that because it's like, how would you know? You know what I mean? So let me know if you guys believe that.
America's power grid just triggered an emergency alert, and here's why you should care. The largest grid operated in the United States, PGM Interconnection, just issued a level 1 emergency alert. Why? Because of this brutal heat wave slamming the country right now. With temps soaring, everyone's cranking the AC, and that's pushing electricity demand through the roof. The alert basically means the grid is under serious pressure. Not a blackout level yet, but it's a warning shot. And here's the kicker. If demand keeps spiking, we could be looking at rolling blackouts, or worse in some regions. This alert covers parts of the Midwest, Mid-Atlantic, and even up to the Northeast. If you're in any of these areas, it's your sign to conserve power, or you can, well, brace for impact. Make sure to share this with someone in the danger zone, and follow for more real-time crisis updates. I'll see you on the next one.
It's only certain people that's complaining about the heat. And because it's not even that hot. And I live in one of the hottest places in the country. So I don't know. You get your sunblock, get your SPF 1 million. You'll be all right.
Well, we're getting stunning new video. Iran state media was live on air. You won't believe this. I couldn't believe it when I watched it. Live on air. This is Iranian state media. And then Israel hits. Watch this.
فضای غبار آلوده استادیوم
I mean, Emily, if you didn't think Iran was on their heels, apparently they are.
You play too much. Now, if I get into it with them, I gotta live here and you don't. Don't be different, you gonna get me in trouble.
So I really don't know what all that was about, but I will say this. Stay away from all them protests and stuff. Like, if you know, you know, stay away. Because they're not even protesting what you think they're protesting. And it's a lot of craziness that's going on. And we're under high alert. You know what I mean? Like, there was a ceasefire. But, you know, when they say peace and security, you know, continue to keep your head on the swivel. That's all I got to say about that.
Let me tell y'all a true story, Mr. Boom. Something is going on in Brooklyn, New York. Check this out. Why does it look like that? I'm telling you guys, get ready. It's not a game out there. Something's going on. Why does it look like that? Mind you guys, that was today, June 18th, around 7 a.m. in Brooklyn, New York. New York City. What's going on out there? It's like this upstate too, guys. It's like no matter what, the sun does not stay out. The clouds overpower it. What is going on in Brooklyn, New York? In New York State in general. Every day it's cloudy. Every day. And when the sun comes out, the clouds cover it. What is going on out here? Nah, I'm just playing around, guys. Come on, it can't be sunny every day, you feel me? This is what people are saying. Because I'm upstate New York, guys. And it's been cloudy a lot. Now, like I said, this video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what people are talking about. Because it can't be sunny every day. Let's be serious. This is not paradise. Shh. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm out.
If you happen to be in New York and you seen that, like, it was something that fell from the sky with like a trail of smoke. Y'all seen that? Let me know if y'all seen that in New York. I would like to know if there's anybody out there that has seen such a thing. 'Cause that's wild. I don't know what that is.
When this second sun hit, you're gonna see completely different beings. Remember I was talking to you guys about the dragons, the air dragons, and some people was like, air dragons, what the hell is he talking about? Is he high? No, all of our birds were dragons, the same ones that they show you on the movies. But remember, when the planet fell in frequency, our dragons fell in frequency, and they now fly in our sky as falcons and eagles and birds. Facts. Alright? But we have been rising back in frequency. This is what this planetary shift is about, people. We are rising back in frequency, so everything will be coming back into its original form, its natural state. Alright? This is why you are about to start seeing a lot of these beings, these magical beings, these gnomes and elves and fairies and all the trolls and all this shit that you thought was just a fairy tale that they made up in a book. How? Human beings are soulless beings, so they lack creativity. They lack creativity. I repeat, a human being, they never made nothing. Ain't never wrote nothing down that he ain't see do already before he existed. We are gods. We existed before time. We witnessed the rays of the sun being constructed. Y'all don't remember that? Yes, you do. Because remember, I'm you, me. We are all one. You don't remember that we set back the gods. We not worried about the ages who don't remember. Let them not remember. I'm talking to the gods and the goddesses because they will never forget. Your powers was taken from you. You were lied to. You were enslaved. And taught that you were nothing more than a human being that existed in Africa.
Rashad Jamal, he might have a point because we've been seeing things that we've never seen before. So if it's going back to a certain time to where we used to always see these things, I can believe it. I can believe it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments because I've been seeing some stuff myself. We ain't gonna talk too much about that, but two sons, all that, like, it's wow. Let me know. In the midst of me saying all that, I thought about this. I said, maybe we have seen all of this before. Maybe we just got to remember. You know what I mean? Like he was saying.
In the church, you hear before you can read, wherever two or more gather in my name, I'm in the midst of that. Now, all of y'all ought to go check that. Don't take nobody's word for it. It didn't say what two or more people gather in my name. And after you read it, and before you read it again, Google the two sons, S-U-N, that 4 months ago appeared over California and still there. A third son, S-U-N, appeared over China. Where two or more gather in my name, I'm in the midst of it. That's those two sons.
Many of you guys have come across this video. In this part right here, I'm gonna give you the website to look this up too, because I screenshotted it real quick. She's very fast, smart, very smart. But it's the biodefense.org. Let's read that. Joint inquiry into administration and commission actions before and during the bioterrorist attacks of July 4th, 2025. Huh? Original video is Goldie. The name of the website, biodefensecommission.org. We all are waiting on an attack. But this, is anyone else like has come across this? Like, Huh? Is this? Huh? Not trying to put fear, I'm just trying to... Listen, do what you want with this information. Are you not entertained? Peace to God.
See, this is why I say be careful out there, because they know exactly what they're doing. They know the plan, you know, and it's usually during a time of celebration. So that's just interesting
to see and hear.
9/11 happened. There was someone present, witnessed it, unfortunately, you know, how traumatic that would have been. And his name was Gerard Way. You know who that is?
No.
So it was a guy who was trying to deal with this, going to his therapist, and started creating music and came up with a band called My Chemical Romance.
Oh
right?
my gosh.
And then there's a girl named Stephanie Meyer who had listened to My Chemical Romance and was inspired by their music and started writing books that went on to become the Twilight series. Not even finished. Then there's somebody who read the Twilight series and started creating a fan fiction of it. His name was E.L. Wright, I believe.
Oh, I know where this one's going.
Yep. And he went on to create a fan fiction for the Twilight series that somehow transformed into 50 Shades of Grey. So just just as if
that's a double,
just as if like the 9/11
triple
wasn't
tragedy.
Yeah. Just as if it wasn't bad enough already, that's what it led to.
9/11 was a terrible day, and it led to more terrible things.
Years and years later. It's absolutely awful.
It just seems like this whole world is just fake. You walk outside, you just see a bunch of people faking. You realize that nobody's being honest, nobody's being real. You realize that people just being cool with you because they want something from you. Everybody that you see in the big groups, in the crowd, in the cool club, they are literally around each other because they want something from each other. You realize that none of the relationships are genuine. You realizing that everybody's fake laughing at everybody joke. I seen a video of Kanye the other day, and the guy Justin LaBoy and everybody that was around Kanye was laughing at every word he said. He was only singing New Edition, I Can't Stand the Rain, and you would have thought he was doing an hour of stand-up. How do you even want that around you? Don't laugh at me if it ain't funny. I want to participate in this made-up world.
So about that, yeah, I've been I peeped that before. I used to be really, really peoply. Like, I love people. People are this, people are that. When you start noticing things, when people just only come around you when they need something, and ain't nobody there when you need something, you realize, yeah, don't be so peoply. You know, reciprocation is a big thing to me. So, yeah, we not doing that. But let me know what y'all think about that.
Now, this is scary. Have you heard of the inner Earth theory? In China, they found a huge hole in the ground with an entirely separate ecology and geology from what's on the surface. There's light down there, along with trees, forests, lakes, and rivers. And yes, it's real. In fact, there are a few places like this on Earth. There's another one in South America. These places really exist. The one I was trying to reach required a 4-hour hike just to get there. After that, you face very rugged terrain, and then you have to rappel about 200 meters into this opening in the earth. Once you're down there, you find an actual beach underground. There's a beach, and the area has its own ecosystem, with forests, jungles, light reaching down there, animals living there, and everything else. So, there are these giant openings in the earth. It's not about a hollow earth. but you have to understand that the Earth's massive size allows for huge spaces that could potentially hold millions of people. We only live on the surface, just the outer skin.
So, did y'all know that a small town in Michigan had all of their cell phones hacked for 2 minutes with the same disturbing message that says, "This is the Anunnaki, we are here"? Now, y'all know this happened like a month ago to a military base, right? With all the strange shit that we got going on in the sky and everybody seeing weird clouds, and then we got all of this happening overseas, you know what I'm saying? We got the soldiers getting steak and lobster. You know what happened when they get steak and lobster. Could they really be here? Maybe this ain't a hoax. If it's a hoax, it's a damn good one, and it ain't too funny either. But what if they really are here and we don't take anything serious anymore, and we think everybody's just a joke or everything is AI, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if they really are here and really slowly letting people know that they are here, so when we do see them, we won't be alarmed or alerted? I live in Michigan and I'm just now finding out about this. So if there's anybody that live in those areas and this happened to anybody that you know, maybe yourself, please hit me up in the comments and let us know something. I hope y'all stay safe. Have a good day. You already know. I love y'all. Peace.
The United States and Iran are going to fight. Squabbles is the word that I heard. Quarrels is another word that I heard. So what I saw is that things moved from verbal to physical contact. And both of these roosters had a very high and impressive leap, so that no rooster had a clear win. And then all of a sudden, the conflict stopped. So just as suddenly as it started, escalating off of words, and then suddenly somebody struck a blow, just as quick as it started, it stopped. And so the feeling that I had watching this afterwards was that this would be like a sea fight, that this would be something will trigger this to do with the water, you know. So I don't know if they will dispute over water rights or if it's ships that they will have an upset about. I'm not sure, but it will be a sea fight, a water fight. And the Lord said that blood will flow on both sides, but what this will cost America is actually in terms of shock. So what will shock America? What America's greatest loss in terms of this conflict will not be so much, will not be so much that maybe she has a large amount of soldiers die, but it will be that Americans and America herself, right? Her military industrial complex, so her warmongering side will be shocked that Iran will actually step up, because this is what I saw, that the Persians were fearless. They did not have fear. In fact, they had a fierce determination not to be beaten, not to be sidelined or disrespected any longer. So I saw Middle Eastern men and their jaw was very firm, you know, a very firm jaw of determination, like we have had enough, like that. So the true cost that America paid was the lack of fear in her enemy. And the thing is, because she's always perceived as untouchable, because Iran touched her, this shocked everyone. And you have to understand international relations. International relations is not just about what you can do. A large part of it is based on perception. It's about how people see you. Reputation in international law and international relations is gold. In fact, it's worth more than gold. It's not about the fight that you can bring. Sometimes you can win international disputes just because your opponent is afraid of the type of fight they think you can bring. So there's a lot of psychology that goes on in the international space between nations, you know. This is probably why they come to conferences and everybody looks like Stonehenge, you know. Nobody wants to show any emotion. Everyone is trying to look completely immovable, and it's a war of words. Why? It's all based on what you can get your opponent to believe. So the fact that Iran struck back, either struck first or struck back, shocked everyone. And I saw that the leaders in the Middle East were watching this with interest. Why is that? Because everybody thought, oh no, you know, if you touch America, they'll bomb you out of existence if you do this and do that. But Iran touched America, and it showed everyone that she was touchable. And she lost that armor. She lost that invulnerable plating, that superhero Captain America stance in the international space. And people were like, So I saw people in the Middle East watching this with interest. I saw China paying very close attention to this. But by contrast, Russia was acting as if they didn't care. Russia was acting as if, oh, is that going on? Is that today? Russia was acting as if they didn't even have an idea that there was a conflict going on. But I saw that after the fight, Vladimir Putin was one of the first people to make contact with Iran and congratulate her on bravery. So I saw that America was very shocked behind her bravado. She didn't think that Iran would actually fight. She didn't think they would actually lay a hand on her, but they did, and they drew blood too. So there was no clear outcome in the battle, but in terms of points gained, right? In terms of bragging rights, Iran was the clear winner. The Lord made me know that the Persians are about to enter the international stage. They will be a major player in the end times. They have been banned from the international game for a long time because of America, but now, says the Lord, they're about to grab a racket, tennis racket, and play ball. Pick a team, all you nations. The final games are about to begin. So that's the prophecy called the cockfight, given to me, I think it was June. I said it at the beginning, so it's June 2019. Can't remember the exact date. But that is a prophecy of an international skirmish, an international toss-up that America will be drawn and baited into. And I've said that she will be drawn into several of these conflicts. And because America has this reputation, because she's always got something to prove, she will not use wisdom in holding back from some of these things. Anyone who pokes her, she's going to go, we're going over there. We're going to set this right. We're going to show them. And because of this traditional warmongering tactic, you know, every time there's a bark, you have to respond to that bark. She will not notice that these skirmishes and these involvements are actually to her detriment, that they're wearing her down, that they're taking away her international armor of invulnerability. And eventually, this will be part of what culminates in this nation being attacked, taken captive, and broken.
Well, how do y'all feel about that prophecy? That's wild. Like, that was in 2019. That's wild. Anyway, let me know. Seeing things like that breaks my heart, because when you're a child, all you want to do is play. And those traumatic events like that, they never forget. You know what I mean? Like, you think they forget, but it's buried deep down inside.
Most Christians have no idea that they are being spiritually led and manipulated into supporting the very machine that will soon turn against them. While you're waving flags and praying for Israel's military victories, you're unknowingly cheering on the rise of the Antichrist beast system. Those B-2 stealth bombers, those drones, that border wall, that powerful military infrastructure, the military-industrial complex will one day be used not to protect you, but to control you, to isolate you, to silence you, to enslave you in the very name of peace and safety. Bible tells us in 1 Thessalonians 5:3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. These staged wars and fake global crises are nothing more than the part of the Hegelian dialectic, the problem, reaction, solution, manipulation tactic. And this is what the Freemasons call ordo ab chaos, order out of chaos in order to usher in the Agenda 2030 technocratic prison cities that Biden wanted, that Trump wants, and this is where AI controls, monitors, and punishes the non-compliant. We can see this in Matthew chapter 24, and Revelation 13 warned us. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and caused that as many as would not worship the image should be killed. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. Jesus said himself that, talking to us Christians, ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, and many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. Matthew chapter 24, verse 9 to 11. It's time to wake up, church. You're not being patriotic. You're being programmed. They are conditioning you to accept the Antichrist beast system, which will be under the guise of the Judaic system of the Noahide laws, straight from the Talmud. And of course, the Babylonian Pharisees and those in the occult, they want to enslave you under the guise of national pride and religious loyalty. But here at Holy City Church, we're not going to be silent. We expose the darkness, we name the enemy, and we warn the flock. Because we still fear God, not government.
So I definitely remember Thessalonians 5:3, to where it says when they say peace and security, then all of a sudden, you know, destruction will come, like as birth pains and stuff, you know, out of nowhere. Just you know, how to, you know, if you're a mother out there, you know how them kicks and stuff be. You know what happens. So yeah, like I said, you know, keep your head on a swivel. Like, don't fear for anything. Don't fear about nothing, because these people like to use that type of stuff. Like, don't fear. You have nothing to fear. God is in control.
This man pulled up to a church with a gun in broad daylight, but he didn't expect what happened next. This incident happened at the Cross Point Community Church in Wayne, Michigan on Sunday morning. They said it was over 150 people inside this church when it all went down suddenly, y'all, out of nowhere. People was just in the church trying to get their worship on, and somebody with other plans that's demonic opened fire. So they said a 31-year-old man pulled up in his whip, hopped out, and started spraying the blicky. But he never got to make it inside. But as you saw with the video over my head, a lot of people was panicking. They said before he can ultimately make his way inside, a deacon hopped in his F-150 with no hesitation, and he ran that man over. And then that's when they say the security guard, top flight security, ended the job. He finished it before he can ultimately fire that joint again. And y'all know what I mean. He took him out. Pang, pang. They said the security guard got hit in the leg and nobody on the inside got injured. And all of this was caught on live stream from the church cameras. Now, with the tensions so high in America right now, they said FBI and Homeland Security is on the scene. And they still don't have a motive as of yet. So now the question still remains. Was this random or was this planned? And if this man acted out and got to do what he wanted to do inside that church, this probably would have been one of the deadliest jumps this year. Shootings. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments. This shit crazy, fool.
What happened to a gay couple in Palestine, sir?
What?
What happened to a gay couple in Gaza?
Executed according to Islamic law. Islam doesn't endorse gayism. Islam doesn't endorse homosexuality.
Do you think that's good, sir? Do you think it's good for gays?
Islam doesn't approve of being gay.
I see. Okay, so would you like to see Sharia law in Canada replace Canadian law?
At some point it will. You know, because we have families, we are making babies. You're not. Your population is going down the slum, right? And by 2060, according to Pew Research Institute, your research, by 2060, Muslims will be the biggest religious group the world over. What are you going to do then?
Actually,
to oppose Sharia is even then?
You know what? I'm very appreciative of the honesty. We don't usually get that. So you do support Sharia.
Just like you had a Muslim, a Western majority nation in the land of Native Americans, one day we can have a Muslim majority nation here in Canada.
America, okay, if we don't want them to implement secularism? So what do we want them to implement? They say that America now, okay, there is not enough Muslims for them and to implement Islam. But now it is our challenge as du'at, as intellectuals, as academic, to present solutions based on Islamic values, but in the second level degree, not to tell them replace secularism with Islam. It won't work. Yeah, presenting Islam as a civilizational alternative.
We know that if we were to do this from 0 to 100, the people are gonna say, we're not gonna have this type. Look Afghanistan, look other places. And people understand they're not gonna go from 0 to 100 overnight. Suppose a Muslim party, an Islamic party, comes in and they start changing. You know what? We want to make sure there's no alcohol being sold. So can we, for the time being, because here's the point, any type of stuff we do, it's not astaghfirullah to substitute the Sharia. No, it's a program to eventually apply the Sharia, right?
This is the correct religion. This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be a part of, Islam. And we will not stop until it enters every home.
Behind me is a private Islamic K-12 school. And somewhere over there is a mosque. I visited a few of the 14 mosques here in Denver. By the way, the Islamic population has grown from 30 to 50,000 people to 70,000 from 2017 to present day. Also, the Muslim population is projected to grow rapidly in the coming decades, exceeding 2.7 billion in 2050. It says that by 2050, Muslims are projected to make up nearly 30% of the world's population, up from 23% in 2010. This is because they have very high birth rates. At the mosques that I have visited, they have had playgrounds outside, soccer fields, and volleyball nets, and a lot of no trespassing signs, a lot of private property signs, and video surveillance signs. Let's go see what else we can learn. So many no parking signs all around, and it was pretty much the same at the other mosque. This is one that I guess actually looks like a mosque. I am very surprised by the amount of security they have. They also have these big black barred gates that keep people out, and you kind of have to check in before you drive your car onto their property. So it's not really like I feel very comfortable to just drive up onto the property or park in their parking lot like you would in a Catholic church. Muslims are against the LGBTQ community.
I just gotta ask, who's cosplaying? See, cosplaying is when you dress up as something that you aren't or someone you aren't.
This is another very feminine man who converted to Islam. As soon as I open X, the very first post that I see is, still think you can escape Islamism by leaving Britain and heading to Australia? Think again. This is what Australia looks like now. Many of them are worshiping outside in the middle of streets.
So the thing about that, as far as Islam goes, like, I don't have no quarrels with them people. Like, let me just say that. I'm gonna put that out there. I don't have no quarrels, because I feel like you should be able to worship the way you want to worship. And I would make a great Muslim. Like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't fornicate, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't have a problem, you know, wearing a hijab, anything like that. You know, I don't go out with my cheeks out, nothing like that. So I'm not saying, you know, that they're completely wrong in the way that they live their life. I think people should have some discipline and stuff like that. I don't agree with everything, of course. But one thing that I do see is that your own Quran says there's no compulsion in religion. So I don't like people trying to convince other people when there's supposed to be no compulsion in your religion. What's that all about?
It is a brief word concerning a specific group of people that are called the 144,000. Tell them that the 144,000 are coming out. The 144,000 are a special tribe unto God. They are the Lord's chosen. They are the Lord's elite. They are chosen only from Israel. No other people or nation may ascribe to this calling except my people Israel. No other nation or people may claim this calling except my people Israel. The 144 have special giftings, powers, abilities that are comparable to, if not greater than, all the sons of Satan. They are my elite, and I have elected them out of the virgin bride of Christ to bear my name, to wear my mark, to be my people. No one else will walk in the power, wisdom, might, or knowledge of the 144,000. They have special powers. They will do what nobody has seen before. It is them who will fight these creatures. It is them who will handle the Nephilim. Prepare the way, says the Lord, for the 144,000. And so you have heard the word of the Lord, that there are people in the population living today who are God's chosen and elect. The Lord calls them an elite, a special tribe unto himself. They come only from Israel. And you can read this in Revelation chapter 17, that they are chosen by their designations, 12,000 from each tribe that is listed there. The tribe of Dan is not listed there. And the Lord said that no one from any nation, tongue, ethnic background may ascribe to this calling except Israel. To ascribe to something means that you want to claim it. To ascribe to something means that you say, yes, I'm in this, I'm part of this. God says that no one but Israel can claim this. They have special powers and abilities that are equal to or greater than the power of the sons of Satan. So let us examine mythology. In mythology, we learn of men that have wings and that can fly, and men who don't have wings, but they have special powers and they fly on horses that have wings that can fly. I think this man Prometheus had a horse called Pegasus, and he could fly, this type of thing. So now, if you want to move forward, what I just spoke about, which is Nephilim, special powers, the Lord says the rise of the X-Men from Satan's side is coming. I know if you've been in church for 30 years, you may be listening and thinking, dear God, help me. But this is the Lord's revelation and truth. So if you hear that in the days of Noah and them had to deal with modified horses that had wings that were flying all over the place, and Nephilim that could wrestle lions and tear them in two pieces, such as Hercules tore the Nemean lion, and Hercules killed the Hydra that had 12 heads, a dragon with 12 heads, 10 and then 2, that if you cut off one head, it would grow back. These were the kind of monsters that they had in those days. Poor Noah and them were dealing with these things. You can find these things in Enoch in a limited degree and the book of Jasher in a wider degree. And now, move forward all these generations. You're not going to find maybe men with wings. They're going to be flying around like the superheroes, Superman, and they've all left my head. Aquaman in the sea. These are the new iterations, the new version of the Nephilim. And yet the Lord says the special giftings, powers, and abilities of his 144,000 will be more than a match for these things. You can go to the Master's Voice and look at the prophecy, Survivors. I will leave it in the description box and I will make it a comment also. He said that they are chosen out of the virgin bride. You can find out more about their virgin bride status in Revelation 14. He says that they will carry his name. They will wear his mark. I spoke of this mark because the Lord directed me to speak of the mark. It is a mark that will be in the forehead, and it is a white mark that changes. It will sometimes look like a word. Okay, it will sometimes change and be a circle or a square, and it is not a mark that matches any form of human skin. It looks like basically a light bulb, a glowing fluorescent filament under the head. And the Lord said that they will bear that mark. They are his people, and no one else will have their power, their wisdom, their might, and their knowledge. They will do what nobody has seen before. So these people will be performing miracles and acts outside of the normal understood things that mankind has seen. And he says, it is them who will fight these creatures. It is them who will handle the Nephilim. Prepare the way, says the Lord, for the 144,000.
How y'all feel about what she just said? I believe some people have been waiting their whole entire life to fight some of these creatures that she's talking about. And things are popping. Things are getting weird. they're getting super weird. You can't deny it. Unless you're just like, you're crazy if you don't see what's going on now, or you're just like, or you just refuse to see it, refuse to believe it, you know. But it'd be a strong delusion for sure. So anyway, let me know your thoughts.
So why do we destroy ourselves with nuclear war? Can you be more specific, please? Okay. By whom? Really, boss? How? Interesting. So it's the letter now. Oh, well, great. So just tell me his name and we'll go. Of course. All right, so just tell me what he does. So don't blow up. Okay, so how do we stop this?
I'm starting to realize that everybody has a word or a prophecy. But the alien was spitting. Anyway, that whole thing is interesting. Let me know what y'all thoughts on. Well, let me know what your thoughts was about the alien and what he had to say, because this is what the problem has been with the world political and religious dogma, like the whole time. You can't. This is what we fight over. People unalive people over this type of thing. So just let me know what you guys think about that.
Send this video to anyone. Send it to your UFO friend. Tell them that Jesus Christ has another view of aliens, UFOs, Anunnakis, ancient Sumerians, Nephilim. Let them know that he who plays with his soul shall lose it, because the devil is coming with these creatures and they play to win. If your pastor won't tell you, I will. The devil is coming with these beings and they play to win. Relentless, merciless, will commit crime.
This world is almost out of time, because everybody gonna turn around and be like, oh shit, I didn't know this was about me. They've been playing with me this whole time. My money has been going to this whole time. I've been enabling this shit this whole time. I've been a part of this shit this whole time. Yeah, you're gonna be pissed. That's coming up real soon. Then people gonna be in the streets like Brazil. Until then, I'm sorry, but America, we is right now. We a bunch of low. Do y'all not see every other country in the streets? And America is just like. Anyways, TikTok. On the election, and I voted for it. Okay, anyway. Like, where do I need to give my money to next? Meanwhile, Brazil. And every other country.
She definitely had like a nervous laugh the whole time. So I know what a nervous laugh looks like.
I don't know who need to hear this. But I want you to know right now that no weapons formed against you shall prosper. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week, bro. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus, bro. I want you to get up and I want you to do what you got to do for your own life this morning, bro.
Right on. We not scared of nothing. Well, that concludes today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Give this video a big thumbs up. Shout out to all the creators. Go like, follow, and comment on their videos. And as always, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Be blessed. Peace. Be out. Thank you for being a real one, for being a chill one, for hitting the sub button. Thank you for showing me love. Yeah, y'all some good vibes.